Have you ever wondered why some people seem to leap from average income to massive wealth out of nowhere around a certain point in their life? Why investors, entrepreneurs, and even hedge fund managers talk in code about cycles, phases, and turning points? Yet no one explains the real rule behind it. Over 80% of self-made millionaires experience their biggest financial breakthrough within a 6 to 8 year window. Not the first year, not the third, around year 7. But here's the part nobody says out loud. Most people quit in year 6. They quit right before the wealth curve suddenly bends upward. They never stay long enough to enter the compounding explosion phase. The ultra-rich know this. They build their entire wealth strategy around this hidden cycle. And today, for the first time, you're going to learn the 7-year rule they use quietly, but obsessively. If success is your goal and you're ready to level up, make sure you subscribe. Every video is crafted to move you closer to the life you deserve. Let's begin. Number 1. The 7-year skill compounding window. Have you ever noticed how some people suddenly start charging $5,000, $10,000, even $25,000 for a single project that seems simple from the outside? People say things like, "Why does this person get paid so much?" Here's the truth. They aren't being paid for the 2 hours you see. They are being paid for the 7 years you didn't see. This is the first secret the ultra-rich master early in life. Every high-income skill needs a full 7-year compounding window. Not 7 months, not 2 years. 7 disciplined, focused years. Skills compound exactly like investments. The first few years are slow, almost unrewarding. You learn, you fail, you repeat. But something unexpected happens around years 6 to 7. The market suddenly treats you as rare, scarce, high value. The mistake most people don't realize they're making. They jump from one skill to another every time the process gets uncomfortable or the results seem slow. They quit right before the market begins to pay premium rates. Most people live in a cycle of restart. The ultra-rich live in a cycle of compound. Pick one skill that has real market value: investing, stock market analysis, negotiation, real estate acquisition, content creation, software development, and give it 7 years of your life. The transformation will shock you. Imagine 7 years of intentionally improving your ability to analyze stock. 7 years of refining your craft in digital business. 7 years of mastering negotiation or sales. It becomes impossible to remain average after that. What would happen to my income if I stopped switching and actually compounded one skill for the next 7 years? You would become irreplaceable. And irreplaceable people don't worry about economic downturns, recessions, market volatility, layoffs, or competition. They rise above it. Skill is the only asset the government can't tax, a recession can't destroy, and inflation can't reduce. It's pure equity. And the ultra-rich protect it more than their money. Number 2. The 7-year network rebuild cycle. Have you ever wondered why some people suddenly get access to high-level opportunities, exclusive investment deals, early-stage startups, real estate partnerships, or insider-level stock market insights, while others never escape their old circles? Here's something the ultra-rich know but never talk about. Your network matures in 7-year cycles, not in 7 weeks, not in 7 months, 7 years. It takes 7 years for trust to deepen, authority to solidify, and opportunities to find you instead of you chasing them. Most people never experience this because they replace their network too quickly. The wealthy rebuild theirs intentionally. Your income is not just about your skill. It's about the opportunities your network exposes you to. A strong network is a wealth multiplier. A weak network is a financial ceiling. But weak ties don't turn into strong ones overnight. They mature slowly, like investments. 7 years slowly. Think about it. You can't expect stock market appreciation if you keep resetting your portfolio every few months. The same is true for your circle. Start building a circle around the person you want to become 7 years from now. Create relationships intentionally. People interested in investing, equity growth, entrepreneurship, long-term thinking, and financial freedom. Attend one growth event per quarter. Message one new like-minded person every week. Give value long before asking for anything. This is how the ultra-rich operate. Quiet connections, slow trust, long relationships, compounded opportunities. If networks take 7 years to mature, why do some people accelerate their results dramatically, sometimes in just 2-3 years? The ultra-rich use a third pillar that speeds up the compounding curve faster than anything else, and it's something almost no one pays attention to. Let's move to it. Number 3. The 7-year identity transformation phase. Have you ever felt like you're doing everything right? Investing, learning, networking, yet your results still feel stuck? Almost as if your internal habits haven't caught up with your external goals. That's because the ultra-rich follow a silent principle. It takes 7 years to fully outgrow your old identity. 7 years to replace emotional patterns, belief systems, financial habits, and subconscious limits. Skill gives you income. Network gives you opportunities. But identity determines how high you allow your wealth to rise. If you still see yourself as someone who comes from lack, if you still feel guilty for wanting wealth, if you believe wealth is risky, greedy, or dangerous, no amount of stock market knowledge will change your results. Your inner limits will sabotage your outer success. This is why the ultra-rich spend years studying mindset, psychology, philosophy, and emotional discipline. The mistake most people don't realize they're making. They try to become wealthy while behaving like their old self. They want millionaire outcomes with middle-class beliefs. They want high-income skills with low-income discipline. They want financial freedom without confronting their hidden emotional triggers around money. So even when they make money, they lose it. Even when they invest, they withdraw too early. Even when they see opportunities, fear blocks them. Identity always pulls you back to your comfort zone. Start designing a 7-year identity, not goals. Identity. Ask yourself, what version of me earns $150,000 a year? What version of me invests consistently in index funds or dividend stocks? What version of me handles market volatility with calm? What version of me makes decisions from abundance instead of fear? Then every day, choose habits that match that version, not your current one. This is identity compounding. Number 4. The 7-year energy reallocation reset. Have you ever met someone who seemed to work endlessly yet stayed stuck at the same financial level year after year? Meanwhile, another person works fewer hours but somehow multiplies their income dramatically. Here's the uncomfortable truth the ultra-rich understand. Wealth doesn't come from how much energy you spend. It comes from where you spend it. Every 7 years, the ultra-rich do something the average person never even thinks about. They completely reallocate their energy, career focus, income sources, daily habits, and operational priorities. Not partially, completely. Time is finite. But energy? Energy is the real currency of wealth. You can't build wealth if your energy is leaking in the wrong directions. The ultra-rich know this, so every 7 years they perform a life audit. What habits still serve me? Which investments deserve more attention? Which business activities yield the highest ROI? Start treating your energy like capital. Track where it gets invested, where it grows, and where it dies. Make a list of everything that consumes your mental, emotional, and physical bandwidth. Then remove the bottom 20% every year. Your energy is the engine that drives your financial future. Realigning it every 7 years ensures you never stay stuck at the same level. This is the reset that puts your life back on an exponential path. Number 5. The 7-year capital accumulation threshold. Have you ever wondered why people who invest consistently for a few years see almost no visible progress, but after a certain point, their net worth suddenly multiplies? That's because the ultra-rich operate with a simple understanding. Capital takes 7 years to reach escape velocity. After this threshold, money multiplies faster than you can earn it manually. This is the point at which compounding stops being theoretical and becomes transformational. For the first 7 years of investing in index funds, dividend stocks, rental real estate, or even a business, your returns are painfully slow. Most people get frustrated and stop. But the wealthy know that once capital passes a certain threshold, it becomes a self-feeding machine. Behavioral finance studies show that investors who stay consistently invested for 7 years or longer have a 92% probability of positive returns, regardless of market crashes or volatility. 7 years changes the math. Commit to hitting your 7-year capital threshold. Make it a non-negotiable goal. Because once your capital reaches that zone, compounding accelerates dramatically. Dividend income increases. Rental cash flow stabilizes. Index fund appreciation magnifies. Equity positions grow faster. Your portfolio becomes self-sustaining. The first 7 years are the hardest. Not because the strategy doesn't work, but because compounding hasn't crossed its threshold yet. But once it does, the game changes permanently. Your money accelerates faster than your doubts. In every video, I try to discuss and address the factors that surely improve the chances of your success. If you like this, also subscribe the channel, like, and share the wealthy knowledge to your loved ones. Now, if you really want to level up, don't miss this next video. Let's continue there.